Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Ray. Unfortunately, there has been a lot of requests within the last couple of hours for me to do a reading on the beautiful former Miss USA, Chelsea, is it Kryst? Allegedly, she was in New York. When I say allegedly, again, this is just all of what the media has given us and what we know to be, out there, was that she committed suicide by jumping from I don't know how many floors, from her, I guess, her apartment, or you know, and she passed away. I believe it was this morning. Again, I'm not sure of all the details, just what the media puts out there. And it's a very unfortunate. I think she was only 30 years old or something in her 30s. And a lot of people want to know, was there foul play? Was it suicide? Apparently, there was a note. This is all allegedly, that there was a note left that she was saying goodbye, but she didn't give a reason as to what. And so I'm going to be using the Dark Mirror Oracle deck. I can tell you that as a psychic medium, when I tune into her, I did not see um, the energy or the vibration of someone that is suicidal. But again, you never know what somebody's story is. Some people look fine on the outside. You can't always go by body language. You cannot go by, you know, what they look like. Sometimes people are just not stable. And I did feel like there was some sadness that she was going through, though. I'm not going to lie. I did pick up that on her posts and her energy, her soul's energy. I do feel like she would have, I believe she was like in legal stuff, like she would have been in, I don't know, was she a lawyer or something? But I feel like there was something definitely um with her where she had goals. Like I just saw that she was very healthy too, physically, always staying up to date with her workouts and stuff. Just she gave the energy that she was physically and mentally well. But again, we never know the secrets that lie within someone's head. So hopefully, me through channeling, I'm going to see what comes up from spirit. Again, it's too soon. So when I do these readings, as soon as somebody passes, I'm not connecting to their soul, but their spirit guides and my spirit guides, and angels on the other side. They can give information. So it's not like I'm connecting. It's too soon to connect to her soul completely. Hiding your true self. Again, I feel like a lot of pressure. I feel like these pageants are a beautiful thing for a lot of the contestants, but you never know the mental pressure that this is put upon you. And then as you no longer are, Miss USA, and there's new people that are being crowned, and you have to pass the crown, and then a lot of scrutiny to keep this up, because you were a former Miss USA. That can put a lot of pressure on someone. But I don't feel like um her career path, whatever she was in, if it was like a lawyer or legal stuff, whatever she was doing professionally, I just feel like it wasn't the right choice for her. I feel like her path would have been more of a creative path, more of like fashion beauty, which is makes a lot of sense of why she got into pageants. I'm not saying she wasn't good at what she was doing professionally, but I just feel like she was more of an influencer. The queen of my world kind of makes me feel like somebody has an obsession with someone as well. Like there's some obsessive thoughts about someone. So I'm very curious as to what her love life looked like, her relationship, if she was in a relationship, because there's a lot of focus. And that was one thing that I picked up through my gifts without the cards, was that there was something about like a relationship, a heartbreak, something that she would have endured, like this feeling of loneliness at times. Yeah, obsession. Look, I can't make this up. That came out. So obsessive thoughts. So there was definitely some obsession of her, like looking in the mirror. This could have been like, um, looking at her own body and wanting to be the perfect image. The thing is that even though people like that work out, guys and females included, that have banging bodies, are just beautiful, very sculptured, they spend hours, but to them, they may not ever find like it being enough or perfect. And it can drive people crazy. The black flower fragrance for me, that's very interesting card here. The black flower fragrance, kind of like for me, it symbolizes almost like death. A black flower, black rose, it represents death here. So it definitely is picking up on something here. Um, I never just go by like the images. I go by what I feel also, what spirit is telling me. In a minute, I'm going to switch over to the Rider Waite, but it's very, very interesting. I do not feel like she was in a good place mentally. Yeah, she was in pain. Somehow there was a mental pain, things again that she was going through that maybe nobody knows. Again, people are very good at hiding their or masking their feelings, and thoughts, and they may have the picture perfect life, but doesn't mean that they feel complete. There's always something that someone is going through. Is this me? So again, she felt like she was an evil person at times, even though this may be hard for like people to understand. I feel like she did something to someone that she or said something about someone that she kind of blames herself or blamed herself for doing, like hurting someone is what I kind of get. There was something here about like trying to clear her conscience. There was like guilt on some level, triumph of lies. So something was being hit, something was about to come out. Something was either somebody had her threatened or there was something that of leverage like guilt going on. But there's a theme, two themes here that I keep hearing spirit say, guilt and obsession and then lies coming out. So was it the truth or was it lies? Like, was she being blackmailed? That's the question here. Sometimes that can also lead to pain. It can lead to people committing suicide. Um, but it's going to be very interesting. Let's see what the Rider Waite says. I think this sent a shockwave out in the beauty pageant, in the modeling world, in the photography world, because she was like such Chelsea was such a beautiful soul. Like she was gorgeous. Like there was no reason for her to do this again, but we'll never really know. The first thing that I felt was foul play when I first saw it, and I was like, this has got to be foul play. But then as I kept tuning in, it could actually have been suicide. But we're going to find out. I mean, if it was somebody in her apartment that pushed her, I mean, the cameras would have been there. Yeah, as somebody would have seen someone. So I just feel like this has got to be more of suicide from what spirit is making me feel. Um, but again, it was driven by a factor of like guilt, or something coming out, like fear of something coming out. Yeah, the Nine of Wands comes up. So this is a card kind of like dealing with a lot of heavy weight. This tells a story. This is like what she was going through. This is what Chelsea was going through. A lot of heavy energy, feeling kind of just sick at times, like not feeling the best. She was a hard worker though, so she was pushing herself forward, propelling herself forward. This is the Eight of Pentacles. So again, she was very driven by ambition, by money and stuff like that. But I do feel like a void in her love life. Again, like something was not right in her love life. So again, I don't know what this is, but it's coming through very strongly from spirit. The world is a completion of a cycle. I do feel like her soul completed her earthly cycle here. Whatever she signed up for, she finished it. This is whether, the thing is that people believe, through religion that if you commit suicide that you're automatically going to hell. I don't believe that. So I want to bring a message to the people that are her friends or family or people that are watching that she's not going there. I feel like that is a very bad stigma that people who choose to end their journey here in the physical world are given by religion. And the only one that really knows is God himself, but I don't feel like she is going to that, place. And I feel like her soul was just tired and she just completed what she needed to complete here. She touched many lives, obviously. And I think that through her passing, it's going to bring a lot more awareness too to the beauty community, to the beauty pageant community. The moon card, yeah, there was a lot of things being hidden. For me, this can have many interpretations. When I see the moon, I just feel like there's things that need to be illuminated, things that need to come out into the light that were hidden, like thoughts, secrets, things that she was not necessarily proud of. And again, the resting was like she was not well mentally, maybe even physically, not 100%. The Four of Swords is like a period of resting. It's a period, it's like for me in this reading, it symbolizes death, somebody that is just, they're tired, their energy is just like gone. Judgment card. So she did feel judged. Again, there was a lot of finger pointing, things of that nature that she was going through the days and weeks leading up prior to her passing. Um, and the Queen of Pentacles is like another female. So there may have been another female that was in her ear that was either a friend or somebody that she worked with. But there was definitely somebody else, like another opportunity that was coming up for her. Um, and I felt like she was going to do more within the pageant community. Like, even though she may have like decided to kind of back away a little bit, I feel like she was going to mentor or help other people, other girls. Yeah, the Five of Cups feels like she felt very lonely, like an emotional loss. So this tells the story of what Chelsea was going through. She just was not feeling her best these last couple of weeks and months. A lot of darker thoughts pervaded. I also feel like it has to do with like New York, and I love New York with all my heart, but just like the restrictions and the things that are going on, it's crazy right now in New York. Unless you're a New Yorker or living in like the area that she lived in, you wouldn't know. Other states don't. We don't realize like the magnitude of what New Yorkers are going through right now. The Six of Cups is kind of like childhood memories and things of that nature. So I do feel like there was this um part of her, like her inner child that needed to be nurtured. But again, it can be a very lonely world and being an adult. I think that it's good to always have friends and people check up on you. That's the one thing I can say in this reading is that you have a friend you haven't checked, don't assume that they're okay because of what they post on social media. Send them a text message if you really care about them. Be like, hey, I'm just wanting to check on you. Okay. Yeah, the Hierophant was like a spiritual path. I do feel like she was kind of trying to get to that point to understand life, to understand herself. But then again, there was this inner battle, this feeling of emptiness and void, darker thoughts that pervaded. Interestingly enough, there is a male that comes up here. Again, this would have been maybe like a relationship with someone that she would have cared about or like had feelings for. And I don't want to say relationship, it could have been like a friendship, but um, this could have been somebody older than her. And the Wheel of Fortune, basically, things were going to change, or things change with the friendship or the relationship with this person. I don't know who they're talking about, but this is a male. So again, there is something connected here to like heartbreak, feelings. Oh my God, the death card just popped out. Look, the ending of a relationship. So I don't know if she was seeing someone or she was in a relationship with someone secretly that the public doesn't know about or like what it was about. But there's a King of Pentacles, there's a Wheel of Fortune and death. So again, this ultimately ended in like a relationship ending. And then ultimately the death card is like double sorted because I feel like it also could possibly mean that she chose to end her life. Yeah, there was a lot of communication over the last couple of days. So I don't know if she was communicating with a lot of people, but that's what it kind of feels like. And then let's see here. Yeah, the Ten of Wands. So it's just a lot of pressure, a lot of weight, a lot of baggage. And my head hurts when I connect to her. So she may have like taken some medication too that kind of altered or for depression or depression, been on some kind of medication at some point or took something that may have not agreed well with her. The Queen of Wands, her mom. So I don't know, this is a motherly energy. This could be her mom going through it if her mom's still alive, or it could be a female that was like a mother to her that's just going through it. And I think that she hid a lot of things from her family on some level, is what I feel. Yeah, and the Queen of Swords, like fear of judgment, fear of like being judged, etc. Because the Queen is very rigid, again, in her thinking. She was going to take a trip. There was a trip that she was going to take with the Two of Wands. She was definitely like not, this is like, I feel like all of a sudden, it was something just that over the last maybe 2 to 3 days that kind of took over her. And there was going to be a trip that she was going to take, and there was somebody else that was going to come forward for her. somebody that was wanting to, and I feel like it was a Caucasian male for some reason, but there was a betrayal here with the Ten of Swords. Betrayal. She felt betrayed. She felt backstabbed. So something that led her to this, and I feel like it was something in her personal life, possibly a relationship. Ace of Pentacles. Again, this is all about like her success, her journey here, being very successful. Yeah, the Magician card comes up. It's like a trickster energy. Somebody was like, I don't know, but I'm just gonna say it and excuse my language. I do feel like she was mind fucked. Like I do feel like there was something, somebody kind of doing something to her on a mental level, playing games, mind games. I don't know if this was a relationship or it was just something more like at her workspace, whatever she did professionally, but literally it just feels like a mind fuck. And it looks like she was not mentally strong to take this. And it led to her passing, but she wanted to have a family. She wanted to be happy. She wanted to go places. And two cards popped up. But look, yeah, thieves. This is a card of like a dishonest person, Seven of Swords. A lot of male energy that's deceptive. Look, a new relationship, the Two of Cups. So all this reading has something to do with her love life. Something about her love life was changed, or something of a like a level of manipulation, mind fuckery that led to her taking drastic action. And again, I do feel like she tried to numb her pain on some level. So again, like I said, I feel like this is just the universe. Sometimes I think that we don't understand when somebody passes this, especially if it's like an influencer or somebody that had a beautiful title, in the world. We don't understand the magnitude or the severity of what people are going through. But I think that spirit sometimes, or the universe, uses these influencers or people that have a higher position, or a role that impacts a lot of people's lives, to bring more awareness like to the pageants and to this world that is like of artificial beauty and what their image is of, you know, of beauty. Their standards of beauty are not necessarily good, healthy standards. A lot of these women that go into these pageants, they starve themselves. They go into these diets that eventually can lead to anorexia or bulimia. You will hear stories from like pageants and stuff. They're led to work out numerous hours just to have like a perfect body. Again, the world needs to change. I can tell you from my own personal experience, and I'm not trying to make this about myself, but like when you go to these fancy stores or even outlet malls, like you will see like Valentino, Armani, just to name a few, even Gucci, and a lot of them cater more to the smaller people, smaller sizes, and it's like it creates an unrealistic idea of beauty, and it hurts people that are maybe plus size. Why can't they make clothes and stuff like for people that are heavier? That's the whole thing. I'm just saying, like, even in the beauty world, in the beauty pageant world, in these competitions for Miss USA, etc., I definitely feel like they need to come from a more of a place of love and not judgment of the body size that a person has, and be more accepting of people, because someone's definition of health is not the same as somebody else's version of health. It does always fluctuate. But sending my love to Chelsea's family, friends, and anybody that is in the pageant industry or has been impacted on some level. Let's please pray for her and her soul, her family, her friends, and send peace and love. Again, very, very tragic. I hope that her family does find some closure from this. But I love you guys, and many blessings and love and light. Bye.